Hello from Edinburgh! So today we are climbing Arthur's Seat, which is an extinct volcano that kind of looms over the city at the end of the Royal Mile. And we've been seeing it from all kinds of different viewpoints throughout the whole week. You can see it from Calton Hill, you know, when you're down by Parliament, and Holyrood right there. And you can actually even see it from our hotel room window right now. It's that puppy right there. If I can zoom in, you can probably see some tiny little ant people up at the top. We'll be joining them shortly. It's a pretty gray day out, but I mean, really, we keep being like, oh, it might rain, maybe we shouldn't do it yet, because, I mean, you know, you don't want it to be super windy or anything while you're up there, and we keep putting it off, but we're just gonna go do it. I think there's like a 30% only chance of rain, so hopefully we'll make it out and we won't have waited for nothing. We'll be passing along the Salisbury Crags, these cliffs up there. There's a couple holy wells and ruins, so yeah, it should be fun. Let's go before, ooh, I see some blue. Yes, a good omen. That's the Royal Mile right down there, by the way. We have walked down, so there's where we're going, and you can see the path up ahead where all those people are. Is where we're starting. It's really busy because it's a Sunday. I wasn't expecting as many people to be here, but it is actually a pretty nice day out, it looks like. Before we head up, here at the base is St. Margaret's Well. I read that there used to be 7 holy wells in this area called Holyrood Park. They're all dried up now, unfortunately. This one, St. Margaret's, is not one of those original wells. It's only like 160 years old, which in America would be very old, but in Europe I think that's probably like brand new. It actually got moved here in the 1800s, and the reason it was moved here was because it is the site of St. David's Well, which is one of those original holy wells. Let's look inside. I can hear water dripping. Oh great, someone's mask got in there. Oh wow, can you see the vaulted ceiling in there? Looks like there's a very mossy pipe dripping down. Oh yeah, people even tied cootie rags. You can see they graded over it now because they don't want people drinking from it anymore. But I say, let us drink the poisonous algae water. And we're off. So I read a story about St. David's Well, that original well that was down there. And apparently, back in the day, King David, he wasn't actually a saint, even though it was called St. David's Well, but King David was hunting in the forests here. This used to be forest. And he was gored by a stag. And he prayed to God that he wouldn't die, and when he did that, a cross appeared in the horns of the stag, which he took as a sign, and he didn't die, so he came back and built a well in that spot, which is really weird to think, because now this is Holyrood Park. It's all grasslands, people are walking their dogs, there's a major road right back there, so it's really funny to think that anyone was hunting stags in a forest that used to be here a long time ago. You can see the hillsides are filled with this, I think it's gorse, though there's another one that looks very similar to it, but it's very pretty. This is May that it's blooming right now, mid-May, I think? Yeah. Lots of people out walking their dogs. Great dog watching. Okay, I almost walked by without even noticing, but this is one of the original holy wells. This is St. Anthony's Well. Like I said, the water isn't flowing anymore at this one either. I read it was like since the 1950s, but I guess the water used to come out from under this rock here. This boulder, I should say. I see the ruins up there. Here we are. There's not much standing anymore, but still very cool. Let's read the sign. The sign said this used to be a Gothic design. Woo! The wind! Look at all the swans. That's the Firth of Forth out there. This guy's throwing out bread down there and they're all freaking out. Just looking back the way we came and towards Edinburgh, it's already a pretty good view. You can see Calton Hill, Scots Monument. Oh, and there's the castle way up there. Okay, back on the path. We are still headed to the very top, which is way up there. I don't know if you can see, but there's some tiny people up there. You can see there's quite a few ways to get to the top. Just kind of varying steepness. We're taking the easiest way because, you know, I'm on vacation, man. Almost there. Almost. I didn't say anything when we got up there because it was insanely windy, and a shower of rain came right when we got up there too. It was light though, so not too bad. It's already passed and I took my raincoat off, so. But yeah, it was so cool. You could see so far. I probably would appreciate it a little more if I didn't feel like I was about to blow right off the face of it, but yeah, we're just headed back down now. I don't really know how I would rate this hike as far as difficulty, because even though we took one of the easier ways up, it was still pretty steep. And when we were going up, I was thinking that the way down was really going to be the more difficult part, because you know, steepness, it's tiring, but when you're coming down and there's loose gravel and stuff, it can be a bit dangerous. And I've already slid a couple times, you know, an inch or two. And my sister, who had done this hike, she did it just a couple days before my partner and I were doing it. When she was coming down, no, when she was going up, she saw a elderly or older woman who her family was kind of helping her down, and she had her arm all wrapped up and it was like bloody, so she must have fallen or something. Probably not what you want to see when you're just starting out a hike. But yeah, so I don't know, this maybe is a little bit more dangerous than just an easy hike. It was weird though, because I saw kids going up and families, but I didn't see any of them at the top, so you can still just walk, you know, anywhere else you want. As you can see, there's tons of paths going every which way. You don't have to go to the top. We're walking along the crags now, these cliffs here. There's a story some might find spooky about them. In the 1800s, there were some boys that were playing in these crags, and there must be some caves in there as well, all along here. And inside one of these caves, they found a box containing 18 miniature wooden coffins. And inside each one of them was a doll. And the doll was wrapped in strips of clothing. They still don't know what they are for. And you can see some of them in the National Museum. We saw them the other day when we were there. But there's all kinds of theories, of course, about them, that they were used for witchcraft, that these strips of cloth were from victims of Burke hair, these murderers back around that time that would kill people so that they could sell their bodies to the medical science for dissection. I don't actually believe any of that. I think that it was probably just a kid having a little mock funeral for his toy soldiers, because they do believe that they were toy soldiers at one point, the little dolls. So, you know how people love to sensationalize things and say anything that's slightly strange is witchcraft. But it's still a pretty cool story, and I really wonder where that cave was, but it was somewhere on Arthur's Seat in these cliffs. Cute. So that's it for Arthur's Seat, and we've just come along the road now to the Haggis box, because I still have not tried haggis on this trip. My partner has had it pretty much every chance it was available. They love it. But yeah, I still have to give it a try. And something that I thought was really interesting when we started planning this trip was there's vegetarian haggis. Yeah, and it's not that uncommon either. I think we've seen quite a few places that have it. There was like a vegan one and a vegetarian one. So I am getting the vegetarian haggis. All right, so here is my vegetarian haggis. And my partner got the regular kind. They don't look too different, but this is with neeps and tatties, which is, of course, potatoes and turnips. So I'm gonna give it a try, and then I got an iron brew. As the guy who took our order said, he's like, oh, going full Scottish today. And this is a whiskey sauce that it's in. He says that it's sometimes the vegetarian haggis gets a bit dry, so they put that on there. Yeah, it's good. I mean, I don't know what regular, haggis tastes like, but it tastes good to me. So how does it compare?
It's good, but it is different. The comparison to vegetarian meatloaf is pretty spot on.
Alright, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. After this, we're just gonna go explore a little, and then tonight we are going on a ghost bus tour. It's like a comedy kind of ghost tour, which is fine with me. I enjoy that more than the other type, I think, where they try to spook you, because a lot of those are kind of made up anyway. So I'm looking forward to that, because the bus looks really cool. It's this dark double-decker bus that goes around, and it has tables, and there's lamps on all the little tables. So the bus looks really cool going around. We saw it earlier this week, and we were like, we gotta get on that. So that's the plan for the rest of the day, and I think this is actually gonna be my last video that I'm doing here in Scotland. I didn't want to be filming the whole time, so even though we have like 4 days left, just be taking it easy, chilling, checking things out. So I hope you enjoyed the ones I did make, and I'll see you in the next one back in the US. Bye!